In this video, we're going to talk about switch statements or case statements. Now, those words can be used interchangeably. Sometimes you'll see these described as switch statements, other times you'll see them described as case statements. They're very similar to if-else statements, where we're checking if something is true, and if it is, we're running some code. So you can see a switch would look like this. We have the keyword switch, then we have something here, whether it's a variable or something we're passing into the switch statement. Then we have the word case, the keyword case, and that's why they can be called case statements or switch statements interchangeably. So what we do is we have case, and then we have a match. And what we're doing is seeing if this matches the command. And if it does, we run some code. Now we can have as many cases as you want. You can see in this example I've got 3, but we could have as many as we want. So if the first statement, the first case statement doesn't match the command here, then we can check a second one. If that does match, we run some code. If it doesn't match, we keep on going. And in this case, we would check a third case. You can see I have a default. The default you can think of like an else in an if-else statement. This is the default code that will execute if nothing above matches. So let's have a look at some examples here. Now you can see here I've got a method called testSwitch. I have a string called grade, and at the moment it's equal to HD. So I have my keyword switch, and then I pass in the string grade. My first case, I have the string HD. So I'm checking if HD matches grade. Of course, in this case, it is going to match grade. So it would print out excellent grade. Now let's say this was equal to F. In this case, this would not match. So we would check the second case, D. Does D match grade? No, it doesn't. Does C match grade? No, it doesn't. Does P match grade? No, it doesn't. Does F match grade? Yes, it does. So in this case, we would run this print line statement. Now, in this example, I've just got print line statements, but I could have code here. I could have whatever I want. You'll notice after each case, I've also got the keyword break. So what break does, break is used to terminate the switch statement. We can use break in other places. We could use it in a loop, and we're going to talk about loops in coming videos. And if we had a break statement in a loop, it would terminate the loop. So the break statement just breaks out of the currently running piece of code. So in this case, the switch statement. You can see my default here would print out invalid grade. So if I had something like that, it does not match any of the cases. So in this case, it would print out invalid grade. Now we have to have a break statement in these cases, otherwise it would not break out of the switch. It's not like an if-else statement where it automatically breaks for us. We have to physically type the break statement at the end of each case to break out of the switch. But you can see it's very similar to an if-else statement. We're just checking conditions and we're running some code. Now, where would you use an if-else statement? Where would you use a switch? Well, that's up to you. Switches are a bit neater if you've got a lot of different cases to check. They're a bit neater than having, maybe an if-else statement with 10 else-ifs. But it's up to you. If-else statements are good if you need to use and, ors, or nots, or you want to check ranges. We couldn't check a range in a switch. We can't check if something's between 10 and 20. But for a situation like this, a switch is very good. And we can test it. We'll try it now with HD. I will just clear my terminal. So I will compile my code. I'll create a new instance of topic 5. So a new topic 5 object. And I want to test the switch. So excellent grade. We can see that worked. And let's just try something that's going to run the default. So once again, I need to compile my code, create a new object, and test switch. And we can see there it printed invalid grade because SSSSS does not match any of the cases.